Lately, it has become all the rage in America to revise our history, scrubbing the public square of monuments and memorials to leaders who failed in one area or another, having ended up, as the popular phrase puts it, on the wrong side of history. It began with leaders who fought for the South in the Civil War, like General Robert E. Lee, and it has extended to anyone whose life fails to conform to 21st century progressive understandings. Most recently, the Episcopal Church in Virginia, where George Washington himself worshiped for the final decade of his life, announced that they would be removing a plaque honoring Washington. They said it made, quote, "some in our presence feel unsafe or unwelcome," unquote. The plaque will be removed at the same time as a plaque honoring Lee, whose wife made a significant gift in the 1870s to establish that church's endowment. Of course, we all now recognize the evil of the slave trade, yet it's an issue to which many of our forefathers were sadly blinded. They were products of their times, sharing some of the characteristic blindness of that age. Set aside for a moment the puerile foolishness of ignoring the titanic accomplishments of a George Washington over one issue where he was blind to his error. But that does raise an important question. Are the leaders of our age willing to be judged themselves by the future standards which they judge others now? What are the cultural blinders our society is wearing today that will cause monuments to be torn down in future centuries? Revisionist history is a tricky thing. Many of our cultural so-called progressives are cheering this purging of the monuments. But how will they feel decades from now when, say, the name of Barack Obama is being removed from schools and streets and museums because of his steadfast support and enabling of genocide through abortion? Future generations will rightly look upon the moral blindness of our age with pity and with shame. And it's very likely that our leaders who have governed without moral clarity or regard to God's truth will one day find themselves on the wrong side of history.